Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BCW NRK. And man, I have a jam-packed show for you guys as we're going to start out with a BCW World Heavyweight Championship Tournament Round 1 match between Kazuchika Okada, the Continental Champion, and the wanted man, Nick Nemeth. It's all going down in a matter of moments. So strap in and get ready, because it's about to go down. Back here live on Anarchy in Full Sail University. Coming to you live with the AEW Continental Champion, one of the greatest Japanese wrestlers to come out of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Kazuchika Okada, making his official BCW debut under the BCW umbrella. This man's resume is longer than a laundry list of accomplishments. And I think he'd want to aspire to become Okada 2 belts, as he wants to hold the Continental and potentially the BCW World Heavyweight Championship. But again, Nick Nemeth is no slouch. He's a former world champion within WWE and recently enough TNA. But I don't think Okada cares. This man is a multi-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion. He knows what it's like to be under the bright lights, under pressure. But can he handle a lot of pressure? A man that's known to be under the expectations of many in the wrestling community. But within this occasion here tonight, it's do or die. Rise or fall. Okada versus Nemeth for the first time ever. It's truly everything on the line here tonight. No championship being up for grabs besides the BCW World Heavyweight Championship. And who will take their rightful spot in the semifinals against Josh Alexander. Just got to find out in a few moments, as here comes the wanted man, the former show-off, the show stealer, arguably one of the most underrated and most underappreciated veterans in the game of professional wrestling. Spent 20 years in the WWE umbrella and now has found various and many homes overseas in America. And man, he is truly a wanted man. The label doesn't lie, and the stats don't lie either. Former AAA Mega Champion, WSW Champion, and most recently, like I said before, former TNA World Heavyweight Champion. But can he add the BCW World Championship to that already stacked resume? We're just going to have to find out in a few moments, as Okada and Nemeth, first time ever, one-on-one for the big time of shot at the world title and run underway, as Okada immediately with a stiff uppercut right to the chin of Nemeth. Collar elbow tie up early on in this matchup. Side headlock by Nemeth, able to, oh my goodness, get the upper hand on Okada. Nemeth might be able to use that amateur wrestling background to his advantage against Okada. Wait a minute, counter there at the drop kick. Couple of strikes there by Nemeth, trying to feel out Okada there. Oh, and able to duck underneath there. Smart thinking by Nemeth. And look at that. Nemeth able to outsmart Okada for the meantime and keep him grounded there. You don't really see it that much often, but Nemeth, a widely veteran in the game, has been against many veterans of his own. Oh my goodness, and a couple shots to the face. As Nemeth has been against young, old, same age as him. And, oh my goodness, what a big drop kick. Able to answer back as Okada. But Okada, you can say the same thing about him. He's been in the ring with legends, veterans, and youngins. But at the same time, Okada is the same guy to drop all of them back down to reality and probably back to the fundamentals, and I don't think Nemeth wants to go there so early. This is a really costly match here. Oh, and a big boot right to the face. As these two men don't want to be the first ones out. They'd rather be the last ones out of this tournament. And now here comes Nemeth, able to fire back with a DDT of his own. And now Nemeth able to have the upper hand early, sending Okada outside the ring for a little bit of a breather. I don't think you want to turn around against Okada either. Big time German suplex. And just like that, the complexion of the match changes with a brief moment there by Okada, able to get some breath of fresh air on the outside just to land a German. And now Nemeth. Oh, wait a minute. Armbar applied for a brief moment there. I thought we could have seen a submission there, but Nemeth was able to use the ropes to his advantage. Let me tell you, those ropes can be your best friend and your worst enemy in a wrestling match. But Nemeth using that to his advantage there. But oh my goodness, Okada does not give a damn. Going right back to work. Now Nemeth, once again, just on the defensive here. Oh my, looking for a DDT that time, adding in the front face lock there. And now Nemeth able to, whoa, what the hell's he doing? I don't know what Nemeth's game plan was there, but Okada is able to catch him. Oh my goodness, trying to possibly escape the ring, I assume. He was looking at the ropes. And oh my goodness, that time, Okada able to put Nemeth into the corner there. And no, as I assumed, old Nick Nemeth wanted a little bit of time away from the ring. And oh my goodness, Okada running after Nemeth. He wanted a little time away, but Okada's not going to let him get any sort of time away from him, as that's might just bring back some stamina. It's a Nemeth with a big drop kick, dropping Okada right on his back. Now here we go. Vintage Nemeth there with the shots to the heart. Maybe not, as it's just pure tricks from the wanted man so far in this match. Cover on Okada here. Kick out though, not even a 1 count. Okada not fazed by those elbows and the scrape of the boot. But that time Okada might be looking to answer back hard. Oh my goodness, what a power bomb. That made Nemeth just corpse in agony there. And I could feel that from here. And I'm at the commentary desk. And now here comes Okada looking to follow up with a tombstone, sending Nemeth right on his head, trying to drag him away from the rope so he doesn't have that advantage there again. And now here we go. Back press. Here we go. 1, 2 count and a kick out though by Nemeth. Nemeth definitely wants to have some sort of a leeway into this tournament. Same with Okada. Both men really don't want to have a loss on their resume, especially in their debut matches for BCW. Both men are looking for drop kicks there, but able to get back on their feet quickly enough. But Nemeth is able to take over, try to find some type of answer for Okada to keep him down enough for a 3-second count there. A couple of elbows right to the heart. So I think that's all the BCW faithful's getting on a Nemeth. Oh no, wait a minute. The hell's Nemeth setting up here? He's not going out to the outside again. He's looking for the top rope here. Look at this. Nick Nemeth rarely enough goes to the top rope. Big elbow right to the neck and the chest there, and a kick out by Okada. Okada definitely on the fence here. Nemeth, I don't think he's going to let up anytime soon there. Big splash vintage Nemeth once again being shown here against Okada. And that, oh my goodness, as Okada even thinks that he has enough time to get up to his feet, Nemeth keeps on the gas pedal. Not going to let up. Unrelenting here on the legs here. Look at this, attacking different ligaments. And this is smart. If I was Nick Nemeth, I would keep the attack going. Keep it going until you find that opening and possibly hit a danger zone and or a super kick into the cover. And oh my goodness, almost a 3 count there by itself. No danger zone or super kick needed. Damn near almost had the 3 and the win potentially. It would have been a huge upset for Okada. Might be looking to send Nick Nemeth home here. Calling for him up to his feet. Big time scoop slam. Okada now might be softening up for, might be a rainmaker potentially. Might be looking to send Nick Nemeth right on his back again. Oh, wait a minute. Might have been setting up for it. Super kick instead. And Nemeth falls into the cover. Wait a minute. His hands on the ropes. Wait a second. Oh, and a kick out low. The referee didn't see that Nick was trying to use his hand and potentially his wrist to use it as leverage on the ropes, But it didn't even matter. He fell into the cover out of pure desperation and just, oh my goodness, exhaustion. As Okada hits him with a flapjack. Okada busted open on the side of his face, but he doesn't give a damn. He wants to send Nick Nemeth packing back to TNA. He wants to send him all the way back to square one. And now here comes Okada. Might be looking for a top rope dive of his own. Big time leg drop and it connects. The Rainmaker might be looking to end things here with the wanted man. Here we go. Rainmaker sends Nemeth inside out. That's it. That's gotta be... No! Nemeth kicks out. Rarely anybody is able to kick out of a Rainmaker. And now Nemeth sent for a ride. Tombstone around the crown of his skull. Okada now hurrying it up here, calling Nemeth to his feet. This could be the beginning of the end. Rainmaker! And that might be the one to send Nemeth back to Thursdays. What a win and what a match. And a valiant effort by Nick Nemeth. But that Rainmaker, you might be thinking that you're in Orlando, but damn it, you're in St. Augustine by the time he hits that Rainmaker. Sending Nemeth inside out there both times on both occasions, but this match was close. And most moments, critical moments like this elbow drop. That might have looked like he hit him in the face there. And that was almost, I thought that was it. And that flurry of offense from Nemeth, able to go into another cover there, into a kick out, a really costly kick out. I almost thought that was 3 there, but Okada, resilient as ever. But this was the super kick that I was talking about out of exhaustion. Nemeth using his wrist and his arm and his hand, mainly, to get the ropes, trying to get a little bit of leverage there. But that time, Okada, one leg drop. And this was the first. And Rainmaker, bam! Right on target. Thought that was it. You would think that would be it. This usually is it for most competitors. Most people are not able to get out of a Rainmaker. But this, right here, tombstone around the crown of his head. Nemeth barely able to get back up to his feet. Completely dead on his feet like a zombie. Into another Rainmaker. Right into the ropes. But in the end, it doesn't even matter. Okada reigns supreme and advances to the second round, the semifinals, against a very, very hard-hitting, some might say a boss level of a competitor in Josh Alexander. Hey, I mean, if Okada's able to withstand the wanted man, you might think in your right mind that he might have a chance against the walking weapon, but considering what Josh Alexander put Mike Santana through last week, I think Okada might have one hell of a time with Josh Alexander in the coming weeks. We're just going to have to find out. Up next, though, is a heated confrontation between Wes Lee and John Morrison. Second round, round 2, if you will. As last time, Wes Lee came out with the dub with a fair and square pin and win. But can things change for John Morrison? We're just going to find out. Now, as I said last week, leading up to this week, Wes Lee, very defiant and a very angry man recently. Very much mad at the world and trying to keep that straight face, as he knows that last week he was able to get a win under John Morrison. It was a fair one at that, but with how mischievous and how dirty this man can get, we've seen it time and time again in the past, but this is the present. This is the now. Wes Lee, I don't know. This man is a really dirty bastard. But can he pick up another win in the second week within BCW? Week 2. We're just going to find out, as he's looking to take out Morrison for good, trying to get him out of his life, put him in the rear view mirror. potentially go after the BCW Continental Championship or maybe even World Heavyweight Championship stardom. But only time will tell what's next for Wesley if he can get a win over John Morrison tonight. So here we go. Wesley awaits the Shaman of Sexy, the former Intercontinental Champion, multi-time world champion, as I said before last week. But John Morrison, even though you can list off a lot of accolades that this man has accomplished over his career, the one thing that he has not done since coming to BCW is get not only a win under his record, but get Wesley in a, I guess you could say, compromising position and put a loss on his record, which I don't think Wesley would like. But as a veteran, I think you would want to teach a youngin' like Wesley a lesson for really messing with, I guess you could say, the old timers, the veterans, the people that have done and seen more in this business. And this is really a really critical spot for John Morrison to be in. But he seems ready to go. I assume Wesley is ready in his corner. Morrison staring into the soul of Wesley. Here we go. We're underway. Round 2 between Wesley and John Morrison. And Ali already might be looking to keep Morrison at bay with a waist lock. And look at this. Morrison having enough strength to do a standing switch over on Lee here, and a big shot to the back here. As Wesley's had a back surgery recently, not too long ago, as Lee kicks out of that pin attempt by Morrison, as Morrison tries to create offense of his own, but you can see Wesley's just on top of it. Of Morrison now, able to, oh my goodness, and a kick right to the chops of Lee. Now, roll through into another kick there, that more agile Morrison. And now, oh my goodness, moonlight drive early, keeping down the Cardiac Kid, feeling that adulation from the people here in Full Sail. Might be looking to get his first win there, but that time Lee able to, oh my goodness, super kick. Able to get out of the way there instinctively enough. As Wesley now on the ropes. Might call that his personal, oh my goodness, probably his personal habitat. Springboard reversed there by Morrison. Shots to the midsection here. Combination of strikes. Not for long though. Lee able to drop Morrison down for a second there. Drop down. Here we go. Wesley might be looking for something there, but whoa. Escaping out the back door, Morrison. Morrison now, I guess he's just learned from last week. He's learned how Lee operates in the ring here. And drops Lee with a flapjack. Reminiscent of how things went last week into the cover. No, and a kick out. The one thing that Wesley wants is a loss to hurt that 1-0 record. And here comes Morrison. Tilts a world DDT, spiking Lee right on the crown of his head. Like we just saw in the last match with Okada and Nick Nemeth. With big shots, big combination of strikes. Using those educated feet to such good use there. And now here comes Lee, able to combo. Big tope atomico over the top. But as I was saying, Okada and Nemeth, a lot of spiking of the heads there, if you will, in that matchup. A lot of DDTs, a lot of pile drivers. As we're seeing the same thing here. These two are unrelenting towards each other. Now here comes Morrison. Oh, I'm looking for a knee again, evaded by Lee. Into a net breaker. Wesley able to drop Morrison for the moment here. Able to counter with the draw breaker. Morrison now might be looking for that patented springboard into Gary from the middle rope. Vintage Morrison there. And here we go. Morrison sends Lee into the corner. These two men have some knowledge on each other. Enziguri again. Morrison definitely has been on his P's and Q's, has been trying to get his hands again on Wesley. As he knows he feels it. He knows that he can beat him on wheel. He might have been in him in that time. Beautiful combination of kicks. Into a shooting star. Cover on Lee. And a kick out. Wesley getting everything in the kitchen sink for Morrison here tonight. The last thing that Morrison wants is another loss to make it 0-2. Just started here in BCW, not on the greatest of starts. But Lee, here we go. Oh, on the fence here. And dropping down to the floor below with a clothesline by Morrison. And now Morrison might be looking to follow up here. The referee trying to get Lee back inside the ring here. Wait a minute, over the referee. Might have been looking for a tope con hilo, but that did not land as Lee countered it at the last second. Had enough breathing room, and now here comes Lee off the top rope with a crossbody. Cover face washed on Morrison and a kick out. Once again. Now Wesley, one more time, looking for another move. Oh, rolling out of the way there. That time switching up on Lee. He said, you can do one, I can do it better. Now Morrison just staying on the offensive here. You don't want to keep Wesley at bay. You don't want to give Wesley enough time to recover as a big German suplex. The elusive, the very innovative, and oh my goodness, I was about to say crafty. Might have been looking for a 450, but Lee able to get out the way. Springboard stunner that time connects. And now stunned on the outside is Morrison. Lee might be looking to meet him there with a Meteora. The fans here at Full Sail letting Wesley here tonight. Hearing all that hate. But I don't think Lee cares. Lee is only here for the fame, the money, and potentially championship stardom. I don't think he's going to be able to do that with Morrison, and that time again. Morrison with another costly springboard. And giving Lee another advantage point, but that time, oh my goodness. Turning it around on the outside. Wait a minute. Bouncing on that thin barricade. 450 on the outside. And now, I think Morrison wants a little bit of revenge. Here he goes inside the ring. Maybe they're going to go outside the ring. Here we go. No! That time again. Spine first on the floor. And he gets me with another thrust kick. My goodness. Second time the charm didn't work out. I don't know if Morrison doesn't even have that much strength in him to push him back up for another tope or maybe another dive even. I'd be surprised if he does, but after missing on both occasions, you'd have to think that Morrison might be out for the count. And now you have Wesley lying in wait, just dragging around Morrison's corpse around ringside here. Wesley definitely knowing that he might have this match in the bag, considering Morrison might have just incapacitated himself. Wait a minute. Maybe I thought wrong. Morrison has a little bit of fight left. But again, limping here. You might think that a lot has been taken out of Morrison, but he still has a little bit of fight left in him. Here we go. From the middle rope with a C4. Into the cover. Off the elevated C4. No. Not just yet. The cardiac kid still has a lot of fight left in him. That heart is still pumping. Morrison now calling up Wesley to his feet. Might have some more for him there, and a big senton, and again lands on the back. That has been taken into effect because of those dives, those missed dives, might I add. Morrison now up to the top rope. Again, big 450 elbow. We've seen him use that previously last week for the win, potentially. No. Morrison getting a little bit frustrated, but I don't think he can really get frustrated. Wesley was not fazed by that last week. I don't know how you would expect him to be fazed by that this week. Morrison again a little bit groggy, but I don't think he's gonna let it affect him and his ability inside the ring there. Now Wesley, once again, having a little bit of an edge over him. Oh my goodness, Morrison dropping him with a DDT of his own. And now here comes Wesley lying in wait, potentially going for a big move here. Here he comes. Big, by looking for a splash there in the corner, but Morrison able to move. Oh my goodness, what he's had planned here with a leg drop. Huge leg drop. Wesley might be incapacitated. He might be out. Now he's out on his feet. Brings him back to his feet. Morrison now. Oh my goodness. Jabs right in the corner. Wesley, though, able to find himself back on the offensive end. Lee now. What the hell is he doing? What the hell was that? Why would you take off the damn turnbuckles in a big elbow? What the hell was that? Part of me really wants to know what Wesley has in mind with that exposed turnbuckle. The referee isn't really panning towards it for some odd reason, but oh my goodness. The consistent attack on the head in the midsection. Wait. No way he just took out the What the hell? Oh my God, you can't be serious. A low blow. No, you can't be serious. You gotta be kidding me. Wesley has him in the corner. Morrison, dazed and confused, cardiac kick. Folded like an accordion once again. The referee didn't see a goddamn thing. The damn turnbuckle's still exposed. Can you pay attention to that? No. Damn it. No way you count the pin. No. How? You had an exposed turnbuckle. Wesley took off the damn turnbuckle. The referee didn't want to even pay attention to it. A low blow. And then such a cheap win for the Cardiac Kid here tonight, because he moves on possibly onto different and bigger endeavors here in BCW. As it kills me to say that, but this is just ridiculous. Morrison had the win in his grasp, but Wesley had to just get desperate, get into that low scumbag like of a bag that he has, and use a low blow, a tactic that only the scummiest, the most idiotic, and most of all egocentric people in the wrestling business would go towards. And I think Wesley doesn't even care. Like I said in the beginning of the match, and before the match even, this man is a dirty bastard. He will stoop to any level to win. And if that means going against his morals, going against a code of honor, if you will, a low blow where the referee was down on the mat, it is what it is. Wesley 2-0 here in BCW, and I hope he's happy with the results. But I don't know if he's gonna be granted a title shot so easily, though. After that, I'd be damned if he gets a title shot, because regardless of what you think of him, he's just a prick at the end of the day. We have to move on, though. TMDK versus Authors of Pain. 2-on-2 tag team match in the BCW World Tag Team Title Tournament. This is a match 9 years in the making. Who's going to come out on top? Just going to have to find out. Back here live in BCW Anarchy. But we got tag team action on the way between TMDK, rhyming accidentally, and Authors of Pain. As some might say that this is a match 9 years in the making. Like I said before this match even got started, this match has a lot on the line, a lot at stake. Tag team titles that could be around the waist of either AOP or TMDK, as both teams have held tag team gold either in WWE, New Japan, across the globe, as these two teams have been on. But only one team can advance. One team can become a part of an immortal class of inaugural champions here in BCW. It could either be TMDK, potentially, or this team, AOP. They've had a really up and down experience back in WWE, but they had a dominant run in NXT, by far, with this man by their side, in Paul Ellering. leading the charge, leading the chaos, if you will, in both Akam and Rezar. These two men, dominant in NXT, like I said before, winning the NXT Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic back in 2016, ironically, against the likes of TMDK, Shane Haste, and Mikey Nichols. Of course, obviously under different names in a different time period. But that was then, and here is now. Can they possibly pull off a David and Goliath performance and beat AOP? Or will things stay the same? Will things stay the same as 9 years ago? Things are just going to have to find out and play out themselves. Because AOP have not changed. You could say possibly a different sentiment for Shane and Mikey, but against these two, I don't know. The odds are a little bit 50-50, but that's just my look on it. Who knows? They could pull out a really huge win here tonight and advance and make themselves known against the Undisputed Kingdom. Here we go. Mikey Nichols coming in for TMDK and Rezar starting off for AOP as we're underway. And immediately, Rezar fierce out the gate. And oh my goodness. Just taking it right to Mikey. And Mikey, I don't think he was expecting this much of a flurry of offense from Rezar. So here we go. Again, Akam just inserting himself into the match where he shouldn't be in the first place, but I'm not the one inside the ring, nor do I want to be. So here we go, Rezar on the middle rope here with a double axe handle, and immediately into the cover here. That weight advantage as well. You have to think about it. Mikey and Shane, they might be big dudes, but hey, AOP are in a weight class of their own, and Mikey wants out, as I would too. Tag made of Shane Haste, and immediately Haste on the defensive for the moment, but that time drops Rezar with an uppercut. But Shane Haste, more of the more of the high flyer of the tandem here, and oh my god. You know that meme where it says, "I'm not the same man I was 5 seconds ago"? That's Shane Haste now. Because that man just got flattened like a pancake. And he's just getting tormented more by Rezar. Notice how he hasn't made a tag yet to Akam, as Akam is a freshman in this matchup. But Shane Haste not giving up though. Oh my goodness. Shot again to the back. The fans are really, I guess, just in a very tight spot here. Who to cheer and who to boo. It's a big splash in the corner. Shane Haste is getting flattened and tortured here by Rezar. And now look at this. Sending him into the corner here, trying to turn things around here, turning the tide around. Big chop to the chest, bringing down Rezar. And a spear. And now Shane Haste might be looking to get some momentum for TMDK here, but no! Oh my god! What a back elbow. Is absolutely just bringing down Shane Haste. Right back down to reality. Tag made to the fresh Akam now. Now Akam, again, just like Rezar, these two guys are heavy hitters. And quite frankly, they're going to get busy with a really beaten and battered Shane Haste with that last chapter Russian Lexi lariat combination. As there have been many teams over the years with that exact move. And this time Shane Haste trying to get out of the way, trying to get out of the dodge, but Rezar just not even letting him go. On his shoulders with a power bomb. With authority around his neck. With Shane able to kick out. Again, this is a really hard battle to go up against. Truly a David versus Goliath. Truly something that I don't think most teams would be able to stomach or fathom even. Just going up against AOP here, but big combination here by Shane Haste trying to get himself some breathing room away from the likes of AOP. And a big back elbow. Using his body, that time in the cannonball. Vintage Shane Haste offense here. in the early goings of this matchup. And that time, we might be seeing a little bit of a comeback here from Shane Haste. And oh my goodness, an elbow. He needs to tag out, because I don't think Shane Haste can really do as much as he would want to in this type of situation. But whoa. Oh, wait a minute. Able to lift up Akam. What the hell do they have planned here? Oh, no. This isn't good. This is not good. No. Oh, my goodness. Tower of Doom superplex sit-out powerbomb combo. But hey, it's enough. It's enough to take out Akam. Even if it means using your own partner's body, to its advantage. Huge drop kick, and I think he was aiming for Rezar, and he aimed right at Paul Ellering instead. Made a costly error there, but I don't think he cares as much. He got something out of that tope suicida, but that time knocks Akam right back down his back, center of the ring, cover. Kick out though by Akam. This match is taking a lot out of TNDK. I don't think. Mikey Nicholls showing a little bit more passion, a little bit more of a spirit here. I guess you could say he's more the fresher competitor at the end of the day. Spinebuster cover again. These desperate covers are not really going to get him anywhere. That's a 1 count. I thought that was at least a 2 count, but nope. Akam is not having it. Here we go on the shoulders. Look at the strength of Mikey. Another cover off the Death Valley driver, but that time again. Akam's other half, Razor, able to come in and just save the match for AOP. Tag made to Shane Haste once again. I don't think that's a wise decision, but Shane Haste feeling himself a little bit. Here he comes off the ropes. Over the top. No, but that time, no. I did not like that. Nope. I did not like that one bit. Goodness, I think he just powered up. He just sent Shane Haste crashing into the barricade. I don't like the side. I don't like the side of that. Nope. Shane Haste, you need to get out of there as fast as you can. Mikey Nicholls trying to play defense here for Shane, and oh my goodness, and a shoulder tackle. Mikey tried to do the best he could, but at the end of the day, you're dealing with AOP, and AOP doesn't play any games. Here we go. Sets Shane up. Neck breaker bomb. Patented AOP finish right here. Cover. Back press. Is Mikey going to come in? Mikey trying to run in. Oh my goodness, at that time he hits Razor right in the face. And Mikey again escaping. Trying to get himself out of dodge. He does, but I don't I don't think it's gonna help either. Oh no. No way. Halfway across the ring. No. Close. Too close for comfort. Wait a minute. Whoa. Able to pick him up for a big power bomb. Sit up power bomb and a kick out. No. Looked like Akam was there to save Razar, but it looked like a kick out. I was a little bit confused on that. The clothesline there. And now down goes that tag option. Oh my goodness, and a clothesline. Mikey Nicholls trying to get TMDK right into the winning column potentially. Has him by the neck here. Razar might be out for the counter. Throws him right in the center of the ring. Akam's already back up to his feet. Mikey needs to play defense. Thunder Valley connects. Back press cover. Mikey Nicholls. Mikey playing defense enough for the win. Thunder Valley gets it done. What a win for TMDK. All the odds stacked against them. Points where I thought Shane was dead on his feet and on his back. But they fought through and they got a really big win. Even if it took Shane Haste sacrificing his own body, putting it on the line. That's what this sport is meant for. That's what a sport is built on. Sacrificing your body every night for all or nothing. It's worth it at the end of the day because of moments like this where they are going to move on and face the Undisputed Kingdom in the World Tag Team Title Tournament. Huge opportunity for TMDK and a huge opportunity for the Undisputed Kingdom. Something that I don't think either team in this match will want to miss out on. But I thought this was it. But Mikey Nichols being on the outside, being on the ropes was a big factor in how Shane Hayes was able to get off moves like that and get some momentum on TMDK's side. And this was the deciding factor here. Hooking him up for a Thunder Valley. Dropping him right on his back into the cover for the 3. What a match. What a debut for both teams. AOP, though they had a really dominant performance, not on the greatest of starts though, but they had one hell of a showing. Same with TMDK, the effort that these two men brought to the table. Can they bring that exact same energy to Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong in the weeks to come as this tournament goes on? We're just going to have to find out. Well, that was one hell of a big statement made by Adam Cole, baby, making his debut in a really unique way. We move on to Dakota Kai and Tatum Paxley for the BCW Women's Continental Championship Tournament, round 1. Let's get into it. Back here live on Anarchy with Dakota Kai on hand. Dakota versus Tatum. A lot's on the line here, just like the previous match. Or should I say matches with Nick Nemeth and Kazuchika Okada, and then TMDK versus AOP. There's so much at stake here with these tournaments. So much drama, the intensity, the tension within the ring. It's just, you can cut it with a knife, man. And Dakota Kai, more of a cutthroat than usual, more just defiant now than ever, trying to become a champion, either in WWE or in BCW. But now is the time to act. It is do or die. It is rise or fall, like I said earlier on. And I think Dakota Kai wants to make it known to everybody that she might become the inaugural Women's Continental Champion. Dakota now awaits the very unorthodox and the very complex and conflicting Tatum Paxley. Tatum has had her history with, whether it's the tag team division, whether it's in singles competition. She's had matches that have had a lot of significance. She's went up against the former TNA Knockouts World Champion Jordynne Grace for that exact championship at TNA Against All Odds in Chicago last year. And man, Tatum could really shock the world if she were to become the first ever Continental Champion. The women's division should be put on notice for this woman. She is not like every other girl on the roster. You can say that about a lot of people. But Tatum Paxley, she might be a strange individual. She might have you feel some tingles on your back. But she is definitely someone to look out for in this tournament, even if it is the first round. Lots on the line here. One-on-one. We're underway. Paxley now. Oh my goodness. I thought Paxley was going to get the upper hand, but Kai able to get a couple shots off before Paxley was able to go for a chop block. And again, Dakota. Oh my goodness. Dakota having a lot of knee-related and leg-related surgeries in the past. Significant injuries that have slowed her down and slowed her game down a lot. She hasn't really the person that she used to be in the ring. And a kick out early by Dakota. As Dakota and Paxley, different entities inside the ring. One is a striker and one is very much an all-around type of competitor. You can see, oh my goodness. You can see Paxley go to the sky. She can go to the ground. She can do a little bit of striking. Oh my goodness. She's a lot inside that ring, and a kick out. Once again, I don't even think that was a count, to be honest. I don't think there was a count made, but here we go with the collar and elbow tie up here. Seeing both women here. And that time, Dakota's able to get a little bit of a power off there, pushing Paxley off to the side there. And an enziguri. Getting some breathing room, able to get a strike off into the cover. And not even a one count. Paxley able to fight off Kai. And another collar and elbow tie up. Here we go. Now we're looking into some moves here. Big little switch there into a waist lock. There we go. Oh, the side highlight takeover there. Oh, the snapmare. That time Paxley has control. Paxley now trying to maintain a steady pace in this matchup. Because I think the last thing that she wants is to put a loss on her record. And especially in her debut. Trying to get the fans hype. Get them rowdy, if you will. And now throws her into the corner here. And now, big shot to the... Oh my God, a couple kicks to the midsection. To the leader of Team Kick, if you will. Big drop kick again to the face. Cover here by Paxley. And another no count kick out by Kai. These two just trading back and forth here in terms of who can just get out the earliest. And this is a pretty interesting just matchup here between Kai and Paxley thus far. As Kai, oh my goodness, has been in very high intense and high octane matches before in her career. Let it be known that she was a finalist for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship, but came up short to Lyra Valkyria. But now Dakota Kai, not letting it affect her, not letting this big loss affect her career as much. She's looking to do whatever she can to get back on top of the world here in some capacity. And now she's here in BCW. Now here we go inside the ring again. Tatum Paxley now. Oh, big shot to the face. Kai now. Oh, over the top. I'm looking for GTK, but that time Tatum Paxley not going to feel any more of any sort of kicks from Dakota Kai here in a big drop kick. As Tatum Paxley able to follow up here, maybe going for something big here. Irish whip it to the corner. Big enziguri of her own. What the hell? The lights are out, but oh boy. I want to talk about someone that has lost recently. Oh, 1/4 of damage control. Actually, 2/4 are out here. As here we go. Wait a minute. Whoa. Roll up by Kai. Asuka playing a little bit of a distractor there for Paxley, but able to get out at one. Well, wait a minute. Oh, looking for GTK here. Paxley, though. Elbows right to the face. Kai now. I'm looking for to improvise there. Excuse me. Roundhouse kick dodged by Paxley into an elbow. Paxley now. She needs to work out right now. She needs to find some way to keep Kai down for a 3. 450 into the cover here for the win and a kick out. I think Paxley would love to get Kai out. A first round exit would be really good for her. Really big incentive into getting into the semifinals. Big kick to the chest. Oh boy, might be looking for a big move here. Kai's down. Kai is out, excuse me. on the top rope here. Wait a minute, Kai. I think she was playing possum. Throws Paxley off. It might have thrown her off her game. Goes down into safety here on the mat. Here we go. Into a submission hold. Locked in deep. Body scissors and everything applied. I don't think Paxley has enough, though. Can she get out of it potentially? I don't think she can. That's locked in really deep. It's stitched in. And Paxley's got a tap. Dakota advances. A valiant effort from both Paxley and Kai. But again, with these tournaments, a lot of drama. Only one person can walk out the victor. One person or one team if we're talking about the tag team division. But now, we're focused on the one-on-one aspect of these tournaments. And Paxley showing off here tonight. She's showed out. She did what she could, especially with Asuka being a big helping hand with Dakota getting a little bit of a push off, leading into a big submission win. But can Dakota Kai rely on her damage control sisters for this long, though? Because as this tournament rolls on, we just may never know. It could work out, and it can really cost her. Right now, Dakota can celebrate this big win. But here we are, though. We're moving on to the co-main event of the evening. Kyle Fletcher, Charlie Dempsey, one-on-one. BCW Continental Championship Tournament match. First round on the line. Who's going to advance to the triple threat? Back here live on BCW Anarchy for the co-main event of the evening. Between the forefront, the front runner, and most importantly, the bold leader for No Quarter Catch Crew, Charlie Dempsey. Now, Charlie Dempsey has had a huge success in NXT, more so in NXT UK as the NXT Heritage Cup champion on many occasions, as well as being known to many as the son of William Regal, one of the most technically gifted and the most dirtiest brawlers in the game. You would think that Dempsey has carried along the lineage for William Regal. He kind of shown some signs of that, but Charlie Dempsey's more so grown into his own man. He's grown into his own caliber of a wrestler. But now he has to go up against someone that's on another level. Someone that has gone up against the likes of Will Ospreay. Someone that has claimed himself to be the next generation of AEW. The proto-star, Kyle Fletcher. Now this man has a lot of accolades under his belt, from a Ring of Honor World Television Champion, from Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champion along with Mark Davis. But one of the biggest things that he's been trying to let go from his legacy is being an ally and being known to everybody as a friend of Will Ospreay. He wants to be a man of his own. He wants to be someone and not just another guy on the roster. And now he's in the Continental Championship running in this tournament. It can go down to Dempsey, it can go down to Fletcher, but I'd assume a heavy majority is thinking that Fletcher is going to walk out with the win here tonight. And I'd go for Fletcher too. My odds are on Fletcher as well, considering that experience that he has. He's been in the ring with guys like Ospreay. He's been in the ring with various amounts of heavy-hitting, crazy, athletic, agile talent on the AEW roster. But has he gone up against someone as tenacious as Charlie Dempsey? Not until now. That's what we're going to find out here tonight. As the bell has sounded and we're underway, Charlie Dempsey immediately into a collar and elbow tie-up, going into his specialty here. A little bit of chain wrestling here into a waist lock immediately. Charlie Dempsey off to a very good start here on Kyle Fletcher, trying to ease out Kyle Fletcher, trying to weaken him from the backside. And here we go into a side headlock takeover here by Fletcher, switching it around on Dempsey. And now here we go. Look at this, a little bit of a reversal there, maybe by Dempsey, but that time Dempsey's not able to escape the clutches of Fletcher. And not until now as Fletcher has to let go of Dempsey. No, again into a car and elbow tie-up. Chain wrestling going on for a little bit now. Dempsey has the upper hand on Fletcher as he hits the back of the neck with an elbow. These two guys locking in. And now, here we go again. Dempsey has the upper hand there with a shot to the midsection. And once again, Fletcher is on the ropes here early against someone as technically skilled and sound as Charlie Dempsey. That's something that is very scary, especially in the early goings of this match. Fletcher once again just put down with authority by Dempsey with an uppercut. What a really nice follow-up by Dempsey. Dempsey here, once again, showing that he is not afraid to get down and dirty with anybody in the ring. And that goes for Kyle Fletcher. There's a huge kick out there at 1. Once again, Charlie Dempsey. Oh my goodness, Dempsey is just on the offense, just keeping the pressure on to Kyle Fletcher here. Fletcher once again back against the wall. But again, Fletcher thrives in these types of situations. Oh my goodness, and he usually comes back with heavier and crazier moves, as we've seen in the past with his matches with the likes of Will Ospreay and Kazuchika Okada in the Continental Classic late last year, early on in the tournament. But now this is a different tournament. This is for a Continental Championship. This has different competitors from all across independents, mainly from AEW and WWE thus far, though. It's Fletcher now reversing the attack right to Dempsey, right on the exposed knee. That's a really big key point that Fletcher should really attack there if I was in his shoes here. But clearly, I'm not. I got to stay in my lane. But here we go. Dempsey now chops right to the chest of Kyle Fletcher. Big chop again to the chest. And follows up with another one. Dempsey here just definitely trying to keep himself on the offensive as much as he can. Use as much energy out of Fletcher. Trying to abuse any weak points and weak spots that he sees. And look at, oh, wait a minute. I'm surprised the referee's not even pulling Dempsey off of Fletcher. That was a really illegal move there by Dempsey, choking out Fletcher in the corner. And a kick out, though, by, Fletcher. Only by 1 and out. Again, Dempsey trying to follow up there, but again, Fletcher might be looking to clap back at Dempsey here. Oh, and again attacking at the knee. Smart thinking there by the Proto Star. And once again, goes right after the knee. Trying to limit that mobility, limit that offense that Charlie Dempsey brings to the table. As Dempsey, once again, oh my goodness. Excessive attacks on the knee. Dempsey has been on the offensive for a majority of this match thus far. But now Fletcher, like I said earlier, this man is able to hit crazy points in this match. He's able to come back at the speed of sound and try his damnedest to win a match at any given cost whatsoever. Oh my goodness, here we go. Dempsey trying to fire back up here with a huge head scissors takeover just now, and now on the ropes here. Big leapfrog there by Fletcher into a spine buster. Cover face wash pin attempt here, only for a 1 count though. Dempsey kicking out, but every time one of these men kicks out, it just leaves enough energy for one of these men to just not even go up for the 3. And I think they don't really care about that right now. I think it's all about just advancing in the tournament, trying to reach championship stardom and reach that inaugural label to their name, trying to etch their name in history in this young company's name. And here we go into a submission hold. Looks like Dempsey has it in. I can't really tell from the backside, but now Dempsey, countered it by Fletcher. Has him dazed into a big single leg drop kick. On point there by the Proto Star. And once again, Fletcher has Dempsey on the ropes here. Now he has him in the corner. Here we go. Big kick. Classic Fletcher with a huge running boot right into the corner. Oh, and a flatliner to boot. And now, here we go. This is what I was talking about before. Fletcher. A flurry of offense. Cover to pin Dempsey to move on, and a kick out. At 2 this time. Expanding energy is Dempsey. You can see him holding onto his chest. And Fletcher does not give a damn. He's looking to use that to his advantage. Big splash incoming, but that time Dempsey was able to move out the way. Dempsey knows what it's like to be in critical situations and critical moments in matches. Those 2 out of 3 falls matches, those British rules matches, and those Heritage Cup matches for the Heritage Cup Championship over on NXT, those matches are very taxing on the body, and it can get very hard to fire back at points and find that inner edge in you to keep on going. But Dempsey has gained experience from being in tight situations, and look at this avalanche half and half. Half and half suplex connects on the top rope and a kick out. A huge half and half suplex from the top rope. Doesn't take out Fletcher for the count though. It's going to take a lot more to get a 3-second count out of Fletcher. And Kyle Fletcher showing that resilience. But once again, Dempsey showing that heartless, showing that brutal side of him once again. Look at this, and look, oh my God. Hey, when this happens, oh my goodness, the joints being manipulated in ways that shouldn't be. But Dempsey does not care. All he needs to do and what he wants to do is win the match here tonight. Is a big knee right to the face. I think that might have busted Fletcher open, and I think it has. And that's what you get when you're up against Charlie Dempsey. Relentless. Offense that is not for the faint of heart whatsoever. And Charlie Dempsey pouring on more devastating hits, devastating grapples. And again attacking with malice on the head region of Kyle Fletcher. Not letting any sort of breathing room go for Fletcher. Another choke here applied by Dempsey, making Kyle Fletcher's night a living hell thus far in this matchup. And a huge kick out again at 2 this time. Every single time Fletcher tries to find a way out of dodge just to get away from the grasp of Charlie Dempsey, he makes it harder on Fletcher. This is another example, trying to get to the ropes, trying to get to the corner even. Dempsey is not letting anything slide this time around, especially this late on to the match where he has Fletcher in his grasp. But I think, oh no, Kyle, what the hell's Kyle doing? Oh my God, Kyle's gonna destroy Dempsey. No, what the hell? What the hell? The lights. Sean Spears with a chair shot. Fletcher's out. What the hell? I'm sorry for the technical difficulties, but got it. Sean Spears out of nowhere with a chair shot. And Charlie Dempsey taking full advantage. He's got Fletcher in a submission once again. Might be looking for a tap out or maybe putting him to sleep. That submission is locked in deep too. I don't know how much Fletcher has left in the tank. Oh my goodness, this match has taken so much of a toll on Dempsey and Fletcher. But Fletcher is completely incapacitated. Oh, the Regoplex. Upset. Oh my God. Charlie Dempsey has beaten Kyle Fletcher and moves on to the triple threat match. I'm in complete and utter shock at what the hell just happened. Sean Spears just he decimated Kyle Fletcher with a chair shot across the head. And he just left I have no words. I sincerely, I can't. What the hell just happened? I don't even know. See, look, we're going back here. We're gonna see the footage of just what the hell just happened. He was looking for the top rope brainbuster, and as you know, what? Oh my god, we can't even see the. You can't be serious. Sean Spears has just. He made a very, just. I don't know what to say. Charlie Dempsey moves on, but I don't know, man. Charlie Dempsey is going to face Speedball Mike Bailey, and I know that for sure. But we all gotta wait one more match between Ricky Saints and Ilya Dragunov in the weeks to come. I'm still in shock. But we have to move on to the main event of the evening, as we got heated tension between Mina Shirakawa and Mariah May. BCW Women's World Championship Tournament first round match coming your way next. Back here live on Anarchy for the main event of tonight's show between Mina Shirakawa and Mariah May. Something that's been building for months upon months upon months. A little bit of heat here and there. Love, hate, everything and above comes from this one-on-one encounter right here between one of the best that Stardom has to offer in Mina Shirakawa. A really stacked history between her and Mariah May. But this is all for one goal, and that is to become BCW Women's World Champion. And right now, Mina Shirakawa is definitely looking to etch her name in history as to be the inaugural BCW Women's World Champion. But can she do that tonight? And can she overcome the glamour? The woman that has put dreams and turned them into nightmares. Ladies and gentlemen, her opponent, the former AEW Women's World Champion, the woman that sent Toni Storm into a blaze at Wembley Stadium just last year, Mariah May. Now, though Mariah May does not have that AEW Women's World Championship around her waist or on her shoulder no more, I don't think it has affected her as much. I think it's made her more evil at that. Mariah has ditched her friends, ditched her closest friends, and we've seen that on display at Full Gear 2024 with the likes of Mina Shirakawa being involved. And I think this is where this match came to be. And I think it was destined to happen at one point or another. Whether on AEW TV, whether in Japan, or whether the here and the now. This is why we are here, to settle the score in the main event. And I thank you all for joining, because you joined at the greatest time ever. Here we go. We are underway here for the main event. A lot on the line in the first round. Mariah, and Mina off to a really hot start here. Really got to take into consideration as well that the history, like I was mentioning earlier, these two women share amongst one another, best friends, bitter rivals at points. Mariah May might have disregarded that friendship, and she's probably disregarding that friendship as of right now. It's every woman for themselves in this tournament. Here's a huge missile dropkick from the top rope, and once again, Mariah May showing no sort of heart here. Ever since turning her back on Toni Storm, that heartless side of Mariah May has been shown on several occasions on most of her opponents, most of her adversaries, and some of her friends are not even safe. And this is another example of just one of her friends being stabbed in the back, or more so stabbed in the front, as this is a casual one-on-one match with a lot on the line here in the main event of BCW Anarchy. And Mariah May might be looking to pull something out of the hat as a huge crow breaker. Now here we go to the top rope immediately. Mariah May going to the top and scores with a splash. Only for a 2 count though. Not gonna take on Mina Shirakawa that easily. Has a huge history with championships and stardom, like I mentioned. And she would love to add the BCW Women's World Championship to that stat line. Same with Mariah May. Mariah May, like I said earlier, winning the AEW Women's World Championship in the middle of last year in the summer of 2024, making that her personal mission and priority to take over everything and take everything that Toni Storm loved and kill what was timeless Toni Storm for the meantime. And now she's here in BCW trying to make a name and make a statement for herself and prove that she's truly changed, and for not the better, but for a bitter cause. As now she's looking down. She's looking straight down and up at Mina Shirakawa. And, oh my goodness, combination of strikes here into a back fist. And now look at Mina, the same position here as what Mariah was just doing to Mina. Oh my goodness. Missile dropkick coming from the corner. And oh my goodness, on target with that missile dropkick in the corner. Cover. Once more on Mariah. Kick out though, I want. This match is going to take a lot out of both women, and they should know this, as they've known each other for years on years. And oh goodness, combination of strikes here again. Mina just keeping the offense in her favor and showing off a little bit in the process. Now, oh my goodness, she's begging for Mariah to come back in the ring. Here we go, swinging her around and around. Here we go, dropping down. Here we go. Wait a minute, looking for something there, but that time gets countered by Mariah. Now Mariah, once again, proving her dominance in any way she can. That knee drop right to the head. Now again, oh my goodness, it's disrespectful offense from Mariah May. Just straightforward, to the point, with a little bit of a stank on it, if you will. Shots to the knee there. It's Mina feeling every single bit of these strikes, every single bit of these grapples. Even if they don't look like much, they probably hurt as much more, coming from the fact that Mina's known Mariah for a very, very long time. Whether it's in Japan, whether it's in America. Oh my goodness, what a knee. Right on target, into the cover. And Mina's not out yet. Kick out again. And Mariah complaining to the referee. Can't always complain to that ref. She's just doing her job. Here we go. Might be looking for a Storm Zero. Right on the mark, into the cover. And oh, Mina. Mina using her ring awareness and experience, creating some more of a suspense and frustrating Mariah May even more. She's getting to the ropes, causing a break. And here we go. Wait a minute, she's not done. Power bomb! Close to the damn ropes and damn near the turnbuckle on her skull, and a huge drop kick. Mariah May once again showing that ruthless side to this new facade of a personality that she's brought upon herself. Huge DDT though. Mina trying to swing back at Mariah here any way she can with a Kamigoye. Big knee of her own. Only for a 1 count though. Mariah May and Mina, both resilient competitors in their own right, willing to do anything they can to make it past in this tournament and potentially pursue that huge victory of becoming a champion here in BCW. Oh my goodness, Mina just making fun of Mariah here on the table, begging her to come out to the outside of the ring here. Mariah's not obliging. She's not getting outside the ring at all. She's waiting for Mina. And once again, Mina comes back inside the ring and, oh my goodness, takes it right to her. I think Mina might be looking to add some more insult to injury here. Big German suplex. And landing right on the back of her neck. The drama. Like I said, the tension that this match just reeks off could just make you feel a different kind of way in this situation, in any situation. Here comes Mina. Oh my goodness. The agility, the acrobatics that this woman is able to do and able to pull off. Magical sometimes. And oh my goodness. Mariah hitting hard on the outside. If Mina couldn't persuade her to go outside to the ring, she's going to force her to go outside the ring one way or another. Now she's on the table. This is not good. This is not good. If you're a Mariah May, big shot to the face. At that time, Mariah able to counter. Couple shots to the face and throws her right off. Wait a minute. Oh, that time, Mina and Mariah going at it. Sending her right into the table again. Another bad, precarious spot to be in if you are Mariah May. Mina now picking her up again. Shot to the midsection. And this time, catches her with a DDT on the edge of the table. And now Mina jumps off into a splash. Big time splash catching Mariah. And oh my goodness, and a knee off the top rope. What a match so far. And Mariah May, even though she might be on the defensive end, I think she might be out. I don't even think she knows where she is right now. Here we go, picking her up to her feet. We might be looking at the beginning of the end here, folks. Vertigo into the cover here to advance. No, and a near fall again. Close calls for both Mina and Mariah. But I think Mina knows something that we don't probably. Mariah barely able to get some sort of breathing room away from Mina. But I think Mariah used a little bit of some dirty tactics closing in on that turnbuckle. But now, wait a minute. Oh, and I caught her. Mariah hooks the leg on Mina. Kick out though by Mina. Shirakawa stays in on the match. And now I might be looking for it again. I might be looking for Storm Zero. And that time it connects. Out of desperation. Drops her right on her skull. That's gotta be it. That has to be it here. That time she kicks out again. Mina, if ever resilient, knocking her off her porch. Here we go. Picks her up into a vertigo once again. Could this be it? Yes. Mina Shirakawa advances. Mina Shirakawa is headed on to the semifinals of the BCW Women's World Championship Tournament. What an effort by both Mariah and Mina. But again, as the saying goes, only one winner can walk out victorious. And Mina proved herself to be the rightful winner. As Mariah May goes back to the drawing board and has to, I guess, reassess some things. Because that was a really good performance, but it wasn't enough to beat the heart that Mina has. What a showing and what a match in the main event. One Storm Zero. Able to catch onto the ropes though. Mina showing that she has some sort of ring awareness and knows a lot more than you think. A lot of experience within that squared circle. And then this The first vertigo, bam. Right on target. And barely getting out of there. And this huge near fall at the closing moments of the match. And then all it takes is one more to kiss that opportunity at etching her name in history goodbye. Mina Shirakawa punches her ticket to the semifinals in one hell of an effort. But can she make it through the gauntlet that awaits her? Like I said, most in this video, we're just gonna have to find out. So I appreciate every single one of you for stopping by, and I hope to see you all next week for another edition of Anarchy. I'll see you then.